You mind just somebody closing that door? Thank you. On the floor, Gotta, this is have a little token. Oh. That's what was that. Thank you. All right, it is November 6th. Meeting of the planning board. We have 2 sets of minutes to approve this week.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who that was. Anyway, the minutes for October 9th. Everyone had an opportunity to review those. Motion to approve the minutes. Kevin, I'll second, all in favor. Great, second one up, we got October 23rd, last ones. Any questions, modifications? I'm going to approve those minutes. Bill second, all in favor. Unanimous, great. We had one work session this week. Wegmans. Nothing on the schedule yet for next session. Alright, first up, we have Ethan Allen, an amended site plan.
This is Brian, Kevin Jeffrey Associates. Been a while with this project. So I think for the last meeting, we decided to take the architectural package out. And we're looking tonight for final approval for the relocation of the waste enclosure, the dry well, and the water line. So pending any further discussion, we can answer questions about that. That's where we're at, that portion of the project.
Yep. And as part of this, once we get through this, there is a requirement in the resolution here to compile a full final set. Get that to the town. Okay. Here. We need a baseline. There's been so many changes and modifications, updates, and we need a clean set which incorporates everything.
For all the tenants and for everything.
Yes,
And the elevations.
Yes.
building elevation. That I would classify as everything.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna put forth the motion to approve the grading, drainage, and utilities plan, sheet L-2 dated 10/24/2024. And last revised 9/25/2025, site plan last revised 10/24/2024 with the following findings and conditions. This approval is limited solely to the modifications shown on the plan, specifically the relocation of the proposed solid waste enclosure, dry well, and water line. It does not alter or supersede any prior final approvals or conditions related to the site or the previously approved plans, which remain in full force and effect. This board has reviewed the Onondaga County Planning Board referral dated 9/24/2025, which noted that the project will have no significant adverse intercommunity or countywide implications. This board has reviewed the SCAF of applicant dated 8/18/2025 and finding no significant adverse environmental impacts from the project grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. Due to the numerous amendments and modifications made to prior approvals by this board over an extended period of time, the applicant is required to prepare a final site plan that consolidates all such changes. This comprehensive plan must be submitted to the board for review, approval, and confirmation before it can be filed with the town. This approval is made with the further condition that the approval is for plans and other submitted documents, site plan documents that have been signed by the planning board chairperson. And the applicant requires that all of the work shown be completed by the applicant in order for a certificate of occupancy or compliance to be issued. Any proposed changes, additions, or deletions to the scope of work or materials from the site plan documents are not approved and are subject to further site plan review pursuant to Town of Dewitt Code Section 192-122. Motion to approve. Bill, Doug, all in favor? Great, thank you. Charter Communications.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, Jeff Nason with Civil Environmental Consultants of New York. We are here again with the fence plan for Charter Communications. We resubmitted plans that I believe addressed all of the questions that were raised the last time we were here. And we are seeking approval of the fence permit or the fence plan at this point, barring any other questions that you may have.
I think we looked at this one. Any other questions or comments? All right, I will put forward the motion to approve the site plan last dated 9/25/2025 and last revised 10/27/2025. With the following findings and conditions. This approval is limited solely to the fence modifications shown on the site plan. This board has reviewed the administrative review of Onondaga County Planning Board dated 10/8/2025 with respect to this project. Wherein the Onondaga County Planning Board took no position. The board has reviewed the SEIF of applicant dated 9/23/2025 and finding no significant adverse environmental impacts. The projects grants a negative secret declaration. Pardon me. For this unlisted action. This approval is made with the further condition that this approval of the plans and other submitted documents, site plan documents. That have been signed by the planning board chairperson and the applicant requires that all of the work shown be completed by the applicant in order for. Certificate of occupancy or compliance to be issued. Any proposed changes, additions, or deletions to the scope of work or materials from the site plan documents are not approved, subject to further site plan review. Pursuant to DeWitt Code Section 192-122. Move second. Kevin, all in favor? Great. Thank you. 104 Jamesville Road. Back again.
Vince Ryan, Captain Joe Freeman Associates, representing 104 Jamesville Road. We were brought on to address some of the site issues that were brought up in the initial application. When that gets pulled up, we moved the waste enclosure, recalculated the parking, provided the photometrics. So there, all the lighting is from the building. There's no light poles, and the monument sign is not lit. There's some questions about planting along the right of way. Those were moved. And so a couple other minor comments, but otherwise we addressed everything that was brought up in review.
Move the accessible parking to the back. Yep. All the rest of the parking cleaned up the front.
Yep, so we got the 8 foot there, because we're putting air conditioning units here. So we pushed out that 8 foot. You've got your one handicap spot for the amount of parking. Bike rack, monument sign, and again, the waste enclosure was originally here, but flipped to the other side. And the trees removed.
Street trees. Any other questions?
The only question I have is sufficient lighting because the driveway is also the walkway.
Yeah, I think it was building mounted and I think the lighting.
There's 2 canopy lights underneath the entranceway, and there's 2 building mounted lights that shine down on the driveway. Yep, so we got 2 there, 2 inside the canopy there. But
And you
2
also
outside
have
on there.
plaza lighting
Yeah,
in the back, so it's sufficiently lit.
don't want flat DeWitt residents. Don't want flat DeWitt residents.
Any other questions?
You fine with the posts for the sign, Doug?
Yes. I don't, but.
You can see, it's easier for him to see me than.
I know, I keep doing this, but I'm not doing it. All right, I'll put forth a motion to approve the site plan dated 10/13/2025, including floor plan, elevations and lighting plan. Last dated 10/28/2025 with the following findings and conditions. This is a redevelopment of a property with an existing building. Now being converted into apartments. Given the location of the building, there were some site constraints, particularly with the drive aisle adjacent to the building. However, the applicant has worked with this board to reduce some of the impervious space on the property and otherwise improve the premises and make the project conform to the neighborhood. This board has reviewed the Onondaga County Planning Board referral dated 9/3/2025 which noted that the project will have no significant adverse intercommunity or countywide implications. This board has reviewed the SEIF of applicant dated 7/30/2025 and finding no significant adverse environmental impacts when the project grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. This approval is made with the further condition that this approval is for plans and other submitted documents, site plan documents that have been signed by the planning board chairperson. And the applicant requires that all the work shown be completed by the applicant in order for a certificate of occupancy or compliance to be issued. Any proposed changes, additions, or deletions to the scope of work or materials from the site plan documents are not approved and subject to further site plan review pursuant to Township Code Section 192-122. Motion to approve. Kevin, Bill, all in favor? Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
That last paragraph.
Without
Reading it. Without looking at the
You
paper.
can print them out.
All right, Dunkin' Donuts. We have two for Dunkin' Donuts. First, we're gonna take a look at the site.
So going from Richard Gardner, said we're looking at the. So this is the exterior refresh
Yep.
of the building, so minor paint and polish, updating, the building mounted signs, painting the exterior, pretty simple and straightforward. The sign was removed from these documents completely, the monument sign.
Yep, that's the second one that we'll address.
Yep.
No other modifications to site. I think we covered everything looking for on that one. Any other questions, comments? Motion to approve the site plan last dated 7/30/2025 and last revised 10/25/2025 with the following findings and conditions. This project is presented as an update to the prior existing site plan approval and is intended to replace in full any prior site plan approval for this site. The applicant has worked with this board to make the improvements to the site, including facade and certain signage upgrades. This board has reviewed the administrative review of the Onondaga County Planning Board dated 10/15/2025 with respect to this project wherein the Onondaga County Planning Board took no position. This board has reviewed the SEIF of applicant dated 8/12/2025 and finding no significant adverse environmental impact for the project, grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. This approval does not include approval of the monument sign. That sign is currently non-conforming and is under review by the zoning board of appeals. Pending action by the zoning board of appeals on the variance, the approval of the sign may need to return to this board for final approval. Or if the variance is not granted, the applicant will be required to bring the sign into compliance and further review by this board will be required. This approval is made with the further condition that this approval is for plans and other submitted documents, site plan documents that have been signed by the planning board chairperson, and the applicant requires that all of the work shown be completed by the applicant in order for a certificate of occupancy or compliance to be issued. Any proposed changes, additions, or deletions to the scope of work or materials from the site plan documents are not approved and are subject to further site plan review pursuant to Town of DeWitt Code Section 192-122. I will move second. Doug, all in favor? Great. That is step one. Part two, as it says in my notes here. We have the monument sign. Monument sign, we are making a recommendation to the ZBA. In here, I think we've talked about this, we made took our time and kind of did some due diligence review of kind of the existing condition, non-conformity of the sign. And so I'll go ahead and, unless you have anything else to add in here, I'm gonna put the motion in here. The motion is gonna require that it come into compliance, just so you know. And this will go to the ZBA. So Dunkin' Donuts sign motion, the applicant has come to this board with a request for various site facade and signage modifications. A site plan incorporating those improvements has this day been approved by the board with the exception of modifications to the monument sign. With respect to the monument sign, by ZBA action dated September 17th, 2021.
That's actually, it's not 2021, it was
Yeah,
2001.
2001. I was gonna say, it seemed right, 2001. September 17th, 2001. This applicant was granted a variance on the height of the sign, which allowed for a sign to be placed with two-foot by 6 foot high brick pylons. Accordingly, the sign height was to be permitted, was permitted to be 6 foot high. There was also. They were also.
There was also permitted between the pylons.
Oh, yes, it was also permitted between the pylons, it just reads weird.
Yeah,
There was also permitted between the pylons a 31.8 square foot internally illuminated freestanding business identification sign. Upon review of the existing monument sign, it is apparent that the pylons were not constructed in accordance with the variance, but are rather approximately 2 foot 2 inches higher than the prior variance had allowed. This board has carefully considered this sign in the context of other signage in the area, the current code, the property, and the existing variance. The board has also considered the relatively minor modification to the sign that would be required should the variance for the taller existing signage not be granted by the ZBA. This board therefore recommends that the requested variance for an additional 2 foot 2 inches of height above the prior variance be denied, and that the sign be brought into compliance with the variance previously granted. With respect to the facade of the sign, the intended facade intended to be 31.8 square feet per the variance. This board notes that the existing facade is substantially in compliance with the variance granted and is of the opinion that the minor variation in square footage of the current sign requested is more in line with a field change discrepancy that should be permitted to remain. That is our recommendation. Motion. Modifications.
The second to last paragraph, this board therefore recommends that the requested variance for an additional 2 foot 2 foot of height above the prior variance and in excess of our current code. Just
Say that.
to back to fortify that.
Okay. Thank you. Motion to approve, Kevin? Have a second?
Yep.
Have a second, all in favor? All right, you'll take that to the EDA? Good. All right, good luck.
So basically, the size of the sign panel is okay, just needs to come down. But still go to the ZBA on the 17th.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay, next up. 3180 Erie Boulevard East. Good applicant for.
Yeah, hey, this is Ed Keplinger. I'm on for this project, pinch hitting for Christian.
Sorry, Ed, what?
Oh, yeah, I'm on to answer any questions for this project. We're here for a referral to the ZBA for the building height.
Yep. I think we kind of looked through this one as well, if we had any additional questions. All right, so motion for this one, motion for 3180 Erie Boulevard East. This board recommends that the variance is requested by the applicant regarding the building height and parking spaces be granted. This applicant has worked with the board to provide a reasonable redevelopment of a tight site and to bring a derelict property into conformance with the zoning code and design guidelines. The parking variance to allow for a 12-space variance is reasonable considering the uses proposed, layout proposed, and the site constraints. The height variance requested is minor in as much as it is only a corner of the building which exceeds the code required height, and the location of the building on the site is desirable in the overall site plan configuration and a significant improvement to the site. Motion to approve the recommendation. Bill, Doug, all in favor? Great. Unanimous, thank you.
Thanks.
Parking space one.
Yep.
yes.
Got it covered, good. Okay. Next up, we have 3350 Erie Boulevard East. This is change of use. Introduce yourself.
My name is Adam Richardson, who's out the First Street in Agawam, for representing a client that wants to change the use from a old retail facility into a new deli and grocery site that's been sitting vacant for at least a few years now.
Would you run us through the plan and what your intent is?
So the main front of the building at the cross, Erie Boulevard, that's the main space that they're gonna occupy. It's not gonna be for eating, it's just for grabbing and go. Most of the space is just kitchen and freezers and fridges that are lined along this wall. Handicap accessible bathroom, mechanical. The rest of the space is gonna remain vacant now, that's in the back of the building and above. So there's gonna be
So the only space that's being renovated right now is just the lower level deli side?
Yeah.
How many tenant spaces are on the upper level?
one. There, it's a weird building, there's like a house above, they just wanna turn that into storage, so it'd be a deli, then. Maybe a coffee shop in the back, but the owner's not sure. That's right.
The upper level is like a split level too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird. We are measuring up the space, there's like a ramp that separates it.
I'm sorry, I think they don't have.
That's the space they'd be occupying right there.
What's the space to the right of that?
Oh, they're taking the
The
whole,
whole thing?
the whole thing.
Okay.
And there's a couple possible storefronts up on the side here.
Yeah, that would just all be one tenant. That's the plan.
And
One
that's
for the
split level?
for the whole.
One for the second
Okay.
level here. Yeah.
Is that split in the back?
Right, it's all open right now. There's only just a ramp, it's not really,
There's an internal inside ramp
yeah,
between the,
inside the, between this. And up here it comes up a little bit in this space. But if you go to this photo, it's a little more straight on. Yeah, this would be a second tenant in that whole space.
The upper and lower levels, they're not connected, what are they?
They are connected, there's a that's where the split level happens, in between, so that's where the mechanical and the electrical is at. Over here.
okay, so the upper left is the ground floor, that's where the deli is.
Yep.
There's a mechanical space in the back.
This is that ramp that I was speaking about right there. So this would be.
There's stairs that go
up
up.
to the other side, okay,
Right there.
and that's the stair that goes down into that mechanical room.
That's just all
No,
part of
no,
the same
down.
tenant space, oh, down
The
the
ramp,
ramp, yeah,
and then down, there's a stair.
yeah,
down,
that goes into
But that goes up, and
the
that's,
space, it goes up and down. Wasn't great, that's so weird.
Yeah, oddly,
and so you don't know what the upper uses are gonna be at this point?
Not right now. The owner that is, the guy that owns the building is one that's gonna be running the deli, so he's running that first floor. Tenant space.
The deli gonna have any seating inside for people to eat? Or
Nope,
is it all
Just
takeout?
take out.
Parking wise? I think it shows that you need 32, but there's only 25 available.
Yeah, there's just not much room on this.
How is that all calculated? Is it just? Right. 31, not 32.
Is that 31 spaces for all square footage in the building, or are we just talking about
That was for the full building.
the full building? What's the parking demand for the deli?
So it would be one per 150.
Yeah.
Retail, if we consider retail, if there's not seating. However, if there was a coffee shop that was considered a restaurant, that's one per 60 square feet.
All right.
Well, I mean, Fact of the matter is, the site is grossly underparked.
Right.
You know, so that, I mean, it's gonna have some struggles there to begin with.
It's also so segregated, the parking. Hard to imagine that you'd have people with overflow parking. For the deli up way on the top of the hill and vice versa, so. That's why I'm kind of wondering. Is 1 to 150 for the deli, what's the requirement and how many do you have? If you were just looking on what's on Erie Boulevard,
Do you know what the square footage of the deli is?
I have it on the,
It's front part, correct?
yeah,
Oh, you have it in numbers over here, sorry.
1700.
yeah. 1129, 14, yeah, about 17.
1,700. So 11.3 12 spots.
I think we have about 6 or 7 in the front.
Half as many, and. I mean. We have a. Accessible parking stall requirement down there, I mean, you're gonna eat up 2 of those spots at minimum.
Don't they pull into Erie Boulevard, there's not a drive lane.
Right, I mean, that's the other is.
Mhm.
So you get 2. 2, 4, 6, 7 down. 2 of them are accessible, so you get. 5 regular, 2 accessible. And then anybody that's in those spots when they go to leave, right, effectively have to back out into Erie Boulevard, right?
Probably why it's been vacant for so.
Yeah, I mean, and that is the struggle of this site, right? I mean. It's not really a safe condition. But we don't know what the other spaces are gonna be.
So sorry, the parking lot, the entire site is. Under parked
Yes.
by how, what was the count
These 31 has 25
total?
that we put, so
Oh.
under 6.
31
So
based on all of it,
as
or
150.
150,
Correct.
so
If part of it's cafe, it increases.
I mean, it's gonna be, it would be somewhat self-limiting anyway, I mean, if they, even if we said it was all 150 right now, not knowing what it was. They came back with a use of a coffee shop. You know, their parking's gonna be grossly underparked,
yes.
so. I'm not sure that. Getting any sort of a parking variance is. Successful twice.
Can you talk about what you're doing on the side of the building with parking or loading, or there's a couple of different areas there?
There's not much. We were showing potential acceptable parking here for whatever tenant use this was, and this could have been used for loading right here. But it really only benefits the secondary tenant. This is nothing really too readily available. Other than down here on the left side, you can use, I mean, the curb cuts flat throughout, so they can still pull in.
So what do, we said you needed 12 spots for the deli itself, you got. 5. And 2.
Right.
Anybody beyond that, if you use the full 12, has to park in the upper, and how do they get to the deli from there?
Yeah. I mean, if they're parking from up here, they have to come down this walkway and then around.
So they walk out into the street. And around.
It's again, not enough.
Yeah, that's a great situation.
Especially in the winter when. None of that is. Plowed or maintained.
Could we put a walkway in around the corner or not?
This year.
I mean, is there a property line here? Could potentially put something.
We just need a sidewalk, right?
Well, I mean, it's a fairly steep grade, you're gonna need stairs to get from there to.
It wouldn't be an accessible route. But it could be a stair walkway.
I mean, hopefully with the accessible stalls that are there.
There's parking, but just not accessible.
Right.
But there's
Well,
accessible spots already
No,
there.
no, I'm by accessible,
Oh,
that's what I meant, to anybody,
to anybody,
Right.
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to kind of walk out into the street up the hill. Nobody's gonna know that there's parking back there anyway, a little sign parking in the rear doesn't. Do it.
I mean, employees might be able to. very much like that.
Yeah, I mean, how many employees are in?
There's a lot of conflict points, but it might be worth putting a sidewalk along this road. This parcel to get people safely from the front to the back.
That's good. Yeah. Room for sidewalk.
So the town could allow that to happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, and maybe clean up some of these accesses on the side. Yeah,
I mean, it's not very well defined.
yeah, like that parking lot in the back doesn't need to be wide open, it could just have a driveway and then widen. We'd also, as far as buffering that house next to it, like to see a more robust buffer in there. Looks
Yeah, that all.
it
need to
hasn't
be
been done
cleaned
very
up.
well. And a fence or some,
I think a minimum probably a 6 foot fence that. You know, we got people going in, parking there, headlights, what's right there.
are you talking about adding lighting? Anyway,
I mean, we will,
There is the one parking lot light that's in there, and that head would need to be changed out, brought up into compliance. At minimum, but.
Yeah, this owns this one.
don't
Weird. It looks like it's been updated, yeah.
The other one.
It's gotta be a town light.
Gotta be a town one, yeah. Just a weird location.
kind of right on the property line too.
Do you think that was intended to be a parallel spot outside right there? One point? Yeah. And I say that in the fact that parallel spots are not allowed.
We weren't trying to claim it, so.
I mean, is there any merit to opening up that intermediate parking zone? Like it's got two little, like almost drive-ins. With that little green buffer in between it, but. Is there any merit to opening that up to give you more circulation, a couple more spots up there too? Has that been?
It was, I mean, closed off one entrance, you could.
Right. Right.
Do
Don't really
something.
need both of them at that point.
It's just a tough grade change for someone to be walking on it. I think it's pretty,
Is it?
yeah, those bushes kind of hide. It's like a little bit of.
Can you go back to
That one looks
the
okay.
site plan establishing that is right away? So that's actually the property.
Oh, that's another
Yeah.
point is the accessible stall that's there in the loading zone technically can't be used because half of it is in town right away. Count towards parking. Yeah. Then if you go up to the parking field. Anything,
It's almost as if the site wants to face, like the entrance to the second level wants to face more uphill towards the parking lot, and less on the southern place, like if there. There was a way to get the entrance, the patio and some steps that kind of engage the upper lot. Then. It'd be a lot more welcoming and clean up that side. Is this the sort of thing where? I think it makes sense to see. Holistically. What the site might look like developed as part of just being at the deli. Because they're connected.
They are.
Because of the parking, even if you're not gonna build out.
yeah, I mean, I think showing a vision for what the whole thing is. And how you're gonna address the grade changes, how you're gonna address getting somebody from the upper lot to the lower. You know, I think there has to be a little bit more planning than just what the grocery store is. Grocery deli. It's a tough site. I'd like to see. And have somebody prove to me. Auto turn, you know, park a car in that accessible spot on the end. Right. Show me how they're gonna get out, how they're gonna get back onto Erie Boulevard. And in fact, even the one farthest to the right is off your property.
Where's that? On the low, on the bottom?
Bottom right,
Oh, and the top.
Where's the? Josh.
This is the property line, this is the setback.
yeah, but look at the bottom, the drawing on the left, yeah. That one, it's not entirely on their property.
Pulled in help at all?
What's that?
Does an angle pull in help? To those,
On the bottom?
yeah,
I think you're still backing out. I mean.
it's not gonna help.
Yeah.
But the same situation happens at the lot to the top, no? You scroll up?
No.
No, I'm sorry, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, they're fine. So that parking. The pavement edge needs to be clearly defined. Right. You know, I mean, I think. You are gonna need some sort of you may have enough room. Nose to nose on that one, but you may need some sort of a hammerhead at the end to get somebody out of those last two stalls. You don't even turn. Yeah, there's no turnaround, so. Maybe hard pressed in terms of parking. I think you need to really lay out that upper parking lot and. Take a look at the lower lot, you know, make sure that all the parking stays on your property. Because you're not allowed to develop onto somebody else's property. So,
Is there? We probably haven't done it yet, but is there records of what the layout and the number of spots from any original or earlier approvals?
I haven't seen any, no.
Because I don't see any dimensions on the parking stalls or the aisle, I mean.
We can add those.
Yeah, so check our parking code and make sure it conforms.
yeah. That light pole looks like it's further back than where it's shown right there.
Or interior to
Yeah,
the
so
site,
you go up to
yeah.
the picture. Or.
Excuse me, you walk from the parking lot downstairs along the building to get
Looked
to the
like,
front?
yeah, but look further back.
I don't think so. Say that again?
Can you walk from the parking lot down the stairs along the building to the front?
No.
Not currently.
You can walk down the stairs,
You can walk
upper
to the
parking
bottom.
lot to the mid-level, and then you'd have to walk out into the street to go all the way around.
Hate to say it, but if the tree wasn't there, then could you do it? That's the solution, right? It's just. The trees back up. And you naturally have your parking up a lot, you go down the stairs and walk along the building to go to the front. You know, where you're not going out into the street. You know, it's your sidewalk, you don't have to worry about the snow plows throwing snow up, you just gotta maintain the snow on your walkway, and it's kind of a nice. You can make that a nice tiered path, right? You know, think about it, we all park. At a house to go. Anything on Mario's. It's always parking spot. People walk in town to go from one place to another place, right? It's not like it's unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to avoid somebody going out in the street.
All right, that's why I think you have to, it looks like that sort of was the intent, you have those nice stairs along the building there, and it looks like there was a walkway and you're just running to the tree. Put on the set of steps in here.
Yeah. What is?
Or the rest of the building is pretty good.
Yeah, you know,
No, I'm saying like, yeah.
residential property and
Access 30 feet back for similar uses.
but in terms of the paved area. The property line.
And then you have plenty of
It's
stuff.
not really a parking setback. Just the landscape buffer.
Well, they're still under.
Landscape buffer is what?
30 feet.
Thirty
Same
for
as
similar
the
uses.
street.
if it's all the same use.
Trees. Whatever, nice tree from top of the building anyway.
There's no way.
Sure, the roots aren't healthy foundation.
But we need to.
Right, yeah,
Right
it's,
now,
it's,
so it's showing that.
yeah.
Asphalt road right in the property. Yeah. So that's on there.
It's like it's kind of by the king.
It's like everyone's trying.
I'm sorry, that was like.
I said, I thought they were trying to give a suggestion about the tree.
Oh, yeah, I think for me, you gotta be able to walk up on it.
I mean. With respect to trees, we also need, there's a street tree requirement. In the town, we're not necessarily getting that along Erie. Giant. Pave, we can probably up the side of the hill. If that one tree comes out, it's a shame, it's a beautiful tree.
You wanna talk about signs real quick? So the signs can't be taller than the.
We get it, we got one right here.
So I think you were proposing them up here. Yeah. I'm not sure if that would be. Approvable.
Oh, they're putting it on that railing band.
Yeah.
You can't have it there.
I think in the past, well, so this looks, if you go back.
You know why, that's how it was when I was a tattoo parlor, that's where they had it, out there,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that railing's just covered.
it was opaque. Yeah,
It's like they took it off one panel at a time.
Well, if you think it's something could go up there, that you can have an area variance, that architecturally something can be done about that.
Back in.
yeah,
We can make it solid to more seamless versus,
Cause I think this would be. Wow, right?
Yeah,
yeah, I think I could get behind that, I mean, there's just not much storefront to work with.
Mhm.
You need a little bit more real estate space, and I don't know.
make that railing solid.
Solid the way across, and if there's,
Since the front and back.
like, you're gonna have exhaust fans for your kitchen, you're gonna have. Refrigeration equipment, you're gonna have stuff up there. You're gonna want that to be screened anyway, right, gotta build some screen.
Now, since you'll have multiple tenants, this is a multi-tenant sign package. Got it started a little.
Yeah, we
We'll
talked.
flesh that out. Okay,
So that's, as far as you know, today, there's 2 tenants going to be.
materials, is it, you're just painting the building?
yeah. He's just unsure of that second tenant. Originally, it was supposed to be maybe coffee shop, and then 2 days ago, he said he might have a barber shop, so.
That'll be important to have parking.
Parking, yeah.
Well, that's what I was trying to explain to him, so.
So yeah,
The cafe would be more required. Yeah, I mean, I think. Site design needs some. Attention. You know. Parking layouts, asphalt layouts, we were just talking the upper parking lot, the asphalt goes right to the property line. It's gonna have to be pulled back, which is gonna modify your available. Parking spaces. Keep it all on your property. Update your parking counts. Pedestrian access from the upper lot to the lower lots.
With it being a deli, is there any waste receptacles?
What was it?
Is there any waste receptacle?
Oh, like for dumpsters,
Dumpsters?
yeah. I'd have to talk to him about that, but, it would be.
Good point.
We have a section of the code on dumpsters. That's probably gonna take.
Even to your
that
parking,
away,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe.
Is it gonna
Fit it
require
inside.
a grease interceptor?
Keep in the front kitchen.
Yeah.
BLT is pretty. Auto turn. Um. Let's start right now.
Yeah, this is a tough
Yeah.
site.
It's a tough side, I think. I'm curious to see what you do with the comments, where it goes. I'd love to see the building activated again. It's a tough one though.
Appreciate the comments. Not an easy site, so.
Yep.
But, yeah, but
Probably have to lose that week, unfortunately. With the walkway down, but.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Alright. No. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is everything that we have. Any other business? Kevin, motion to close the meeting. Kevin, Bill, all in favor? Great. Thank you. Yep, and then is there a student here you need? Fine. Come on up.